Gotcha. Hi guys, welcome back to Trekyards. Smacked right in the face. I'm Captain Foley.
I was expecting a nice peaceful sort of chi opening, and I get webcam punched in the face. I am shocked! In a very calm way, though. You know, I feel serene and you are not. What's going on, Stuart? What's happening?
Well, we're talking about a new ship, a Navarian cruiser, I guess, from the latest episode of Discovery.
The USS Punch? What?
Well, the NSS T'Pau.
Followed by the UNS Splat, and then UFD Wallop, and then
it's probably
Adam West walks in and says, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So Navarian science ship, I would guess the NSS stands for, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we have 3 ships at the beginning, 2 of which are Federation. Well, I guess they're all Federation now because they're Navarian.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and they're investigating the DMA, the anomaly, and we got a new ringed Navarian cruiser, which is interesting. So we're going to talk about that today.
And it's following a trend of a new ship or a space shot leading most episodes, which is kind of cool. You know, we've had that a couple of times now. And certainly as an intro, we see this big anomaly, and then, you know, these things are hard to mistake for what they are. And so certainly as this pull-out happens, it's like, ooh, it's very close. Very close. I mean, really poorly lit. But it is next to, a black hole in essence. Although the Federation ship is... And in fact, I guess skipping to the second picture... skipping to the third picture for a second, spoilers. I mean, they're not even lit the same. The Federation ship is lit from the front top right, and the other one's lit from the bottom left. Because I matched the lighting, as you can see. They're not even lit the same, so that's a bit weird. Because if it was lit by that, you'd get a nice clear. And that's one thing they do in Discovery. They kind of hide the lack of detail by not lighting them very much or distancing them. Orcs. Anyway, back to the first picture, though, Stuart. This is the first time we see it. What did you think when you first saw it?
I thought, ooh, that's interesting. Where's the Romulan design influence? It's a Vulcan ship. They're one culture now. It would have been cool to see some kind of Dexy vibes in there or something.
I mean, it could just be a Romulan Science Academy. You know, how many Romulans would they want in the Vulcan Science Academy?
Well, it's the Navarre Science Institute now.
It is, but maybe Romulans have their own institute they like.
That's not how things work, especially with the Navarians.
Personal choice, you know. But yeah, maybe it is bright green.
Ship, maybe
it's green and we just don't know.
There you go. Paint. That's all the Romulans bring to the...
No, it's anti-cloak reflective multispectral green paint. It's important. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought it was all right. Didn't really get too good of a look at it, unfortunately, because it's a pan out, and then you see them kind of far away.
But I did do some enhancement on this first picture, and you can kind of see the lack of any real detail. It's kind of shocking, actually. There's sort of plate speck, but it's such a flat hull. I mean, Vulcan ships are quite flat, but I would be surprised if there's almost any detail whatsoever on the hull. And the windows are great until you see the next shot and just slight scaling issue. But I'm you know, I was pretty pleased with it. You know, they've reinvented the wheel on a few of these ships, but that's the thing, they haven't reinvented the ring. They've kept it faithful, and it looks, you know, more like what you'd think, which is nice. So if you cut to the next picture where you see the further out, I mean, boy is it dark, but boy is it dark. I think they are detachable rings by the context of the era. My assumption.
Yeah, it doesn't look connected at the bottom at all, actually. Actually, it doesn't look like a full ring either. It looks like...
Yeah, it's 2 half rings.
Yeah.
Which is a good compromise, you know. And I think it's also a detached end part as well. Which, I I just like the idea of this opening, though. These 3 are the ships designated to just watch it. You know, we've now brought the Vulcans in, and they haven't got Federation ships, because they've been Federation for a long time, so they're going to stay on their own. But I appreciate you can at least see the you know what it is, but yeah, the lighting is dreadful, even against a black hole. You know, have some light values. And yeah, so the last picture is obviously compared with clearly the inspiration, the Surak class, done by Doug Drexler and redesigned a bit by Pierre Droulet. Obviously, yes, the ring is attached to the bottom. But in this shot, though, you see that the scaling make any sense, because it feels like a huge ship, but next to the other ship, which is also a huge ship, the windows are 5 stories tall. So it's actually a very small ship if the window scale is accurate. But then you don't see any windows on the other ship, so it's quite a confusing thing. 'Cause in the first shot, you can see the windows and they are pretty distinct, and it feels like a nicely medium-sized ship. And then you pan out and it's like, what?
Gotta give them credit. At least they gave us this scene. We have 3 ships, 2 Federation ones. One's really ugly. The other one's, Star Trek-y enough. And then the Navarian one. It could have just honestly been Discovery. I'm glad that they've have other ships observing this thing and not just Discovery. And I'm glad Stamets references his team of specialists, not just him. Because the whole time I've been wondering, why is he the one in charge of this when he's like kind of out of touch with 900 years of progression.
I don't think he's in charge so much as he's the one we're seeing that's dealing with it,
That's what I mean. Like, I'm glad there's a team. He said, I have everybody on my team that I need already before they bring in the other guys. So this was a great scene. We didn't need this shot, but we wanted this shot, and that's great. So I'm glad we got it. I'm just saying, knowing Discovery, it could have just started with Discovery there and a pan out, and then it disappears. But I'm glad we got this at least, because this makes it feel like a bigger universe. Thank you. Finally.
I mean, it's so simple to achieve, except the whole brand new ship design, and they add so much. But yeah, in this final shot, it is bizarre. Like I said, the detailing feels so off, scaling. The fact that there's no lights on the Federation right-hand ship is very strange, because there are lights on the ship. There's no glows, there's no anything. I guess they didn't do those layers, because yet the other ship is so bright, and even the other Federation ship has lights. Feels, maybe they just finished it just before the episode came out and they forgot to do all the rendering, maybe.
That sounds like an excuse.
Maybe. Because you can see that, on the other ship, they've got a few lights. I mean,
there are a few lights.
And yeah, scaling, that makes no sense. Unless Vulcan Navarians just want windows that are the size of, a skyscraper.
Well, look at the Enterprise J. Come on now, those are huge windows as well.
Well, no, they're buildings. They're not windows, they're buildings. They're buildings with windows. But I'm guessing it's close to camera then, because it'd have to be. But then that's not how the pan out implies. I don't know. It's like they make so many strides and yet some
So I wish we got more views of it, or at least better lit if you look at it. But at least we did get something new, so...
Yeah, none of the 3 ships are lit in the same way. Literally, they're all lit from different angles.
Yeah, the other one's... The other one's ugly as hell.
Yeah, that top one's being lit from the top left, the middle one's the bottom right, and the top one the top right.
Well, it is a gravitational anomaly. It could be messing with lighting, I guess. It's a black hole. I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses for them.
It just looks like they didn't composite them all in the same scene. I just think the shot isn't finished, honestly. I think that's what this is. I think they had to rush it out. Maybe they normally take so much rendering that...
I hope that's not the case, because why lead off an episode with an unfinished, unrendered shot? Like, nobody will notice, that's why.
Well, yeah, so quick, But I like the ship. I really can't wait to see it more. I hope there's some detail. I think it's a very, I would totally accept as a future Vulcan ship. Good job.
There you have it. That's our look at it. If you have anything else you'd like to add that we didn't notice, let us know in the comments section. Let us know what you think of the design. Is it Navarian? Is it Vulcan? Is it Romulan? Who knows?
Is it Riemann?
That's right. Anyway, so comment down below. Comment generates conversation, and we have a great community for that. So if you can, please do. We'd appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to be part of that community live, you can join us for our lives as well. We do those all the time, so we love talking to you guys.
Yeah, we love those breakdowns, those in-depth conversations, because we have these certain thoughts, but then, boom, as soon as we go live, you guys just bring out even more in us. And we love that, because that's the whole point of this show, is to go into the depth and the nitty-gritty and have fun while we're doing it. But if you want to support this fun and what we do for now on, forevermore, maybe, then support us on Patreon, PayPal, join the YouTube channel, which is monthly, or just super chatting on those lives. They all are important. They all do help. If you're going to do one, then please do. And if you can't do any, then hey, just come back next time.
That's right. So until then, I'm Captain Foley.
And I'm Connor Coons. Bye, guys.
And we'll see you later.